it's gonna be a fun day, whether or not, no, it's gonna be a fun day no matter what. So we're gonna do a little hang out with me today video. I know I've done these before, but we're gonna toss a little twist in this. Because I'm gonna let my dice decide what we do. See what happens. Yeah, so I am waiting for my pre-workout toast to be done. My last couple runs haven't been great, so I've done a few of my workouts on the bike instead of running. But that doesn't really impact what we're doing today, because whatever run strategy I end up pulling is how we're gonna tackle the bike. So this is my obnoxiously large grid paper. We're gonna do our long run first, or our long bike first. This is supposed to be 4 or 5 miles. So I'm gonna do 12 to 15 on the bike. We're gonna see how I feel. And then I'm gonna come back and the dice are gonna decide what I'm wearing and where I'm getting breakfast. And then the dice are gonna decide what our big activity is for the day and where I'm grabbing a snack or lunch. And then at the end of the day, I'm gonna decide where we're having dinner. I might add one more that's like, am I getting a drink with dinner? Yes, no. And am I getting a dessert with dinner? But these are my dice. I love them. Wizards of the Coast, or whoever does. I'm hiding my little guy. Little mystery grab bags, and I got an uncommon set. Don't remember what it's called. I want to say it's like, not Aurora, but it's something similar. And I got a little silver coin of Noska from Waterdeep. I don't know. He's got a really pointy beard, but he looks like he's... My toast is done. He's got a really pointy beard, but he looks like he's also built like a Dorito. And there's a great sword on the back. So let's see. The D4 is going to be for my long run. The D12 is for my outfit. D6 for breakfast. I am not using my percentile. I couldn't come up with something. If you guys have an idea for what to use the percentile for, let me know. I'll do this again. D20 for the activity, D8 for lunch or snack, and D10 for dinner. This is for later, if we decide to do drinks and stuff. Okay, so my long run, I won't do all the options for everything because like 20 activities is a lot, but I'm gonna see if I'm doing pretty much run as is, doing a different type of interval, or wild card, which I don't know what that's gonna mean. I might actually just pick a random setting on the bike. 2 1 intervals. For that, I don't know if it'll be exactly 2 minutes and 1 minute, but it might be 2 mile, 1 mile. I'll probably just adjust the resistance. Is it resistance on the bike? I'll adjust the resistance for 2 minutes and then 1 minute, or 2 miles and then 1 mile. I don't really know yet. I don't do the resistance super high, but I do it. So yeah, I think I might do 2 mile, 1 mile. Get 12 to 15 done, and then come home, shower, and we'll see what we're doing for an outfit and breakfast. So I do sit on the recline bike because the only other one you have, the seat's really wide and it's really painful. So I'd rather be a little too comfy than a little too in pain. You know, I'm doing 12 miles, so. I'm doing the first mile at a 1, and then I'm gonna up the next 2 to a 7. It's probably somewhere in the 6 to 8 range. See how that goes, and then I'm just gonna do that 4 times. I have a mile left. All right, so it took me like 42 minutes to do 12 miles, which I don't think is too bad. I'm new to the recumbent bike. Actually, I'm new to indoor cycling for long periods of time anyway. So I don't really know if that's realistic or not, but it was less than 45 actually, which is better than I thought I was gonna do. So we're gonna go home, and before we shower, we're rolling for my outfit and for breakfast. Okay, so that is done, and now we have to do the next thing. We're gonna go outfit first, and then after I figure out my outfit, I'll shower, and we'll come back and we'll do breakfast. So let's see, what am I wearing today, guys? 11. Okay, so black on black. That is my code for something that I made, a year and a half ago? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago. So back in 2023, I made, hold on, I'm making my note. So back in 2023, I made a capsule wardrobe. I think I mentioned it to you guys when I was going over my wardrobe plans this time around. And it was 12 pieces, and the black on black is a black bodysuit with a high neck and then black trousers. So I will go put that on. But really quick, before we do that, I just had a thought. Okay, so I'll probably check in a couple times with this. Yes, no coin. Heads is yes. Tails is no. Am I gonna do like eye makeup? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go shower, get dressed, do a little bit of eye makeup, probably not a ton, but a little bit, and then we will find out where we're having breakfast. I have showered. See, black high neck, black pants. I did just a little. So because I don't know what my activity is gonna be, I didn't want to do a ton of eye makeup. Like I've been doing like little falsie clusters in the corner sometimes, little eyeliner. But if I end up getting an activity that is a little bit more like movement or outside, I don't want to have to deal with like lashes and eyeliner, and this is enough. I think I look cute. It's 9:30, which is like 2 hours later than I normally leave for breakfast. So I'm by myself today. Unfortunately, my husband is away, but that might mean that a lot of these places have like the bar seating, and usually by myself, there's like a bar seat, because you know, couples and groups never like to sit next to each other unless they're forced to. There's always one seat open, and then that's for me. So we're gonna figure out breakfast, but before we do, I don't think I told you guys specifically why these dice. I mean, they're new, which is fun, but I've got a couple different sets. But these dice I bought at the start of our campaign. We are playing Curse of Strahd. I am playing a Aasimar fighter who might end up becoming a cornerstone of like some of my content for the next few months, provided she doesn't die. She might actually become a cornerstone even if she does die. I loved my wizard that I played as in the last campaign, and my war cleric the first time I played with them, fantastic. But this is the most like Megan character that I've made. I think she's like the most authentically like a character I'd create. So, because the other ones I tried to do a little bit different. I tried to get outside of my comfort zone, which I think was great. But this time I was like, nope, we're going with what we know, which apparently is that. So this is also to see if I trust the dice that I bought for her. We're going to see how this day goes. And if the day goes great, I trust these dice. And if it doesn't, these might be a backup set for a little while until they learn their manners. But that being said, it's time for our breakfast, bro. Okay, so, hold on. Wait, turn around. There's one other thing. Out of these 6, 4 of them are in town. 2 of them are like 20-25 minutes away. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I might pack up a go bag, which sounds psycho, but I haven't figured out what my activity and my snack is yet today. So without knowing that, I might want to throw some stuff in my bag in the event that like I end up rolling something that requires me to have certain accoutrement. So if it's a 5 or a 6, I have to pack a bag and I'm not leaving until like 10. But if it's a 1 through 4, we're just gonna go out, get breakfast, come back, and then we'll figure out the rest of the day from there. I have a feeling though, it might, maybe not, we're gonna see, ready? Oh, it's a 1! Oh, I'm going to the egg, yes. Okay, cool. So, it's a fun little place on Main Street, Manchester. It's actually one of our go-tos. Oh, and one other thing, because I'm sure I've talked about this in videos before, but you guys know I love my vegan treats. I love my vegan food, but I don't consider myself vegan because I approach it in more of a, if the option is there, great, and if it's not, then I will go with something vegetarian. Maybe if there's nothing there that's vegetarian, I'll either ask to make a modification or depending on dinner, like get something with fish, but that's usually how I tend to approach things. So I know for a fact that this restaurant does not have a vegan option, so I'll probably end up getting like a veggie omelet or something like that. But I also just wanted to put that out there, like later, if my snack ends up being Dunkin', I'm probably gonna get my normal avocado toast. But if it ends up being someplace else where there's not an option that is vegan, I'm just letting you guys know because I know I've talked about it a lot and I don't want there to be any confusion. I love eating vegan and I love vegan food, but I myself am not 100% vegan, and that's just a personal preference. So yeah, but because that one's in town, I don't have to pack a go bag. I'm just gonna go put my sneakers on, we're gonna go. Unintentionally extra because my nails match my bag, which match my sneakers. I'm not wearing anything on my lips, but I think my lipstick, like my go-to one that I've been wearing a lot lately, I think it's also kind of this color. It's a bit sheer, but is that how you find a signature color? It just starts popping up. Oh, well, this is a new development. I'm gonna correct myself. I believe Angry Egg does have vegan options, but it's like a fruit cup and dry toast, which are perfectly fine. But I also am very picky about my fruit. I don't do, most fruit cups traditionally have like melons in them, and I'm not a big melon fan, especially if it's a fruit cup and I don't know how long the fruit's been sitting out. That is more of a personal issue than anything else. If you are fully vegan and you go, I'm sure you'll find something, you'll be fine. I might have immediately deconstructed my sandwich because as good as the brioche is, I really just want to look in the middle. I didn't realize I was that person in Phil this morning, but surprise! So breakfast food's like a thing in Manchester. I don't know if other people realize this, but it took like a while for me to get my breakfast. So I inhaled the first half of it, realized I didn't need to inhale, and then hello. And then I took yours to go. Also, weekends through like April, May into early fall, there's farmer's market, there's a craft fair. Like, I know plenty of other towns do stuff like this, but I don't know. Manchester's, I always think, is kind of fun down at the end of Main Street. So really fun just to walk around while I was like waiting for a table and stuff. Angry Egg always hits, but now we get to go home and roll for the rest of the day. I have survived breakfast. I am fed. Now, I had some thoughts while I was having breakfast. And the first is that I have 20 options for activities, which is a lot. But they're not all going to take me a lot of time. Not that they have to. I could have a very easy, light Saturday where my activity only takes me like a couple hours. But I was also thinking that it might be nice to give myself some other options. So here's how we're going to play the activity section. We're going to roll this one. This fancy little dice for my ASMR fighter. And whatever comes up on this dice is the one we have to do today. This is the thing that we're definitely doing. However, I have these two dice. This one is pretty teal. This one is a smoky black gray kind of see-through. It's really difficult to read the numbers, so you're gonna have to trust me on this. But I'm gonna roll these two, and those are my additional like options. So if I do roll something that's kind of smaller or quick and I want to add something onto it, it has to be one of these two, okay? So we're gonna roll for activity, and then I'm gonna roll the D8 for the snack, and then I'm gonna figure out what order we're doing this in. Okay, so first up, 17. Ooh, I'm gonna go back to Main Street, Manchester, and I'm gonna go window shopping, okay? So that definitely is a shorter thing. So, 19. I'm gonna learn embroidery. That's another option that I have. And this is the impossible one to read. What is that? Can you see? It's an 11. Learn to knit. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go window shopping on Main Street, and then afterwards I'm gonna figure out whatever my snack is. And then I'm gonna go to like a Michael's maybe. I have yarn, so that's good. I have embroidery floss, but I don't have like a kit to learn with, which is not necessarily a requirement because the internet is free. But I think I would do really well if I had a sampler. So, how the order, what am I saying? I already told you, order is going to be determined by the snack. So, okay. So, snack, we're gonna see what happens. 6. What is 6? Ooh, Purgatory. So Purgatory's got a couple different locations, but they're both kind of out of the way. So what I'm probably going to do, just thinking it through, I might run to Michael's really quick and see if I can find, I don't have knitting needles. I have yarn, but I don't have knitting needles. So see if I can find knitting needles. And then maybe like an embroidery kit. And then I'm going to go to Main Street, do a little window shopping. I'll probably end up popping in specifically to like the thrift shops that are there and Perennial, which is really cute. I also need tea. So I'm probably definitely stopping at Perennial. And then I'm just gonna go to a Purgatory, one of the two, and maybe do a little crafting at Purgatory. So that's the plan, is go to Michael's, go window shopping, go to Purgatory, grab a little snack, do a little crafting. I don't know what my dinner option is going to be. I'm gonna bring my stuff with me, like the board and the dice. And if I end up needing to roll for dinner while I'm out, I'll do that. But what I'm anticipating is probably going to happen is I'm probably gonna go walk Main Street. I'm gonna go to Purgatory. I'm gonna have all my little crafting supplies. I'll probably start at Purgatory, realize I'd rather be at home, and then come home and do that. But we don't know. We don't know. I could be out and I could decide that I just want to go. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I have a game plan and I am going to just go now. So I'll see you guys in literally half a second at Michael's. Two things. One, my Michael's is next to a PetSmart that has an adoption event, so I will be making a pit stop. I don't know if it's going to be okay for me to film anybody in there, but I am going to go say hi to dogs. Two, I have decided that I also want the dice to decide what playlist I listen to. Most of my playlists are character-based. I have a D10, and now it's going to pick the vibes for when we're in the car. This is at an angle, though, so who knows how this is going to land. Ah, where'd you go? Okay. I'm not rotating it. I'm not. A 2. That's my Star Wars character, OC. So I'm gonna go say hi to dogs, and then I'm gonna go get stuff for learning crafts. Literally, as I'm pulling up, I'm going, well, if there's an adoption event, I'm gonna stop in, and that's the adoption board right out front. So we're gonna go say hi. There were cats and the line was super long, so that curbed my impulses because I was about this close to deciding we needed a new friend.
Did I mention my husband's away, so I have no impulse control? I have none.
Right? It's pretty. And it looks like it has a couple different techniques, so I can learn a couple different things. Now I already have yarn and I know a little bit. I've got a mid-weight, so I want to make sure that I get a decent needle for that. I think I just want to do like a scarf or one of those things where you like make a couple panel. Actually, if I can learn how to just do a panel and then stitch it together on the long side to make like a little fingerless hand warmer, that would also be an item for my wardrobe. So I need to find knitting needles, which sounds like something that should be easy when I'm surrounded by yarn. Okay, so I looked it up and I needed a 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter knitting needle. So I picked up a set of just straight 5s, which the US number is 8, which is my lucky number. So I'm hoping that I can just make a couple panels. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably do some practice and then take it out, because I don't have my measuring tape on me. That's the one thing that I forgot, so I can't measure how wide it needs to be to go around my arm, because I think the way that it would make the most sense is that I make the width the circumference of my arm and then the height how long I want them. That seems to make the most sense to me. Oh well, I'll eyeball it, but I have my crafting supplies, so I'm gonna go check out, and then I'm gonna go window shop on Main Street, and then I'm gonna go hang out at Purgatory and do a little crafting, probably actually edit this video a bit, and have a nice chill afternoon. Okay, so it's fun, you know, rolling as the day goes on, but what is not fun is that because I rolled a breakfast spot on Main Street, and then I rolled window shopping on Main Street as my main activity for the day, that means that I came back and I parked literally in the same lot as last time. I'm 2 spots over. All right, but I'm gonna walk up. The lot I'm at is at one end of the street, that's closest to the entrance to the highway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably walk up. I might go to the library real quick, see what's going on there, see what's new. And then I'm gonna like cross over, see the other side of the street, go do some window shopping and come back. And then we'll go grab a bite to eat. What's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna wander and window shop until I start to get hungry, and then I'm gonna go, oh, I should go. So we'll see how long that takes. I'd also like to point out that it's 80 degrees, and while the fit is perfect for Purgatory, walking around in the sun, not so much. But, you know, it is a look, I think. Unplanned confessional time. First off, I did not go to the library. It was too far and I'm in all black. Second, I got hot, so I stopped at Silk City. But that's not my stop for lunch or my snack, but I did want a little ice drink and I had to use the bathroom. So I got their matcha punch. It's a shot of matcha over pineapple juice, and it's phenomenal. I mean, everything there is, but oh my god. So I love it in there, but the problem is a little crazy, so I can't really film because there's a lot of different like units and nooks, and you'll turn the corner and all of a sudden there's a lot of breakable things, and I'm a little klutzy, but I didn't find anything good. But that's not like a failing. The like units that I usually like to go into were all quartered off today, and there's space in the back that's now a Peruvian market, which is really cool. I didn't check it out too much, but that was new, and I was really excited to see it because I don't think I've ever been in the grid, but it says games, so it's either gonna really be for me or really not be. I have a feeling it's not exactly gonna be my vibe. So it is predominantly cards. They had some manuals, but they didn't have the one that we needed. Because it's out of stock right now. We think Cursive Strahd's like out of print, which is terrible. But they did have a lot of like used video games, which is really cool. I almost left with a couple, but I don't play the ones that I have, so I shouldn't probably pick up ones that I extras. Okay, I've done a little window shopping.
I actually spent a lot of time in Harvest Beads on Main Street looking for a pendant. They had a lot of cute stuff, but nothing I need that like I wanted. It seemed like a me wear all the time pendant. But I'm finishing up my matcha, and I got tea for myself because I needed some. But I'm hungry, so we're gonna go to Purgatory. It's gonna be a long drive. Cold brew with mocha, lavender, nut milk. Phenomenal.
This week at work was really
Okay, so I just finished at Purgatory. I was there for like an hour and a half. I did start embroidery. I did straight stitch and back stitch, which I'm pretty familiar with, and satin stitch, which is really simple, but I've never done it before in my 33 years of life. The only one left in that kit that I didn't try yet is the French knot, but the fabric like that, it's really, really stiff, and my hands are to get sore. So we're actually gonna roll for dinner right now. And the reason is, well, there's two reasons. One, I still have to do some yoga and prevention work for my back. And two, depending on what I roll, I might pick stuff up on the way home. Two. Oh, Maggie McFly's. That's a good one. There, pick it up, eat there. I don't know, I was planning on like eating out, but I'm gonna go home, do my yoga, see how I'm feeling, and then if I'm like chill for the night, I will do takeout or DoorDash from Maggie's. And then I'll probably just work on like my crafty stuff. I think that sounds fun. Your girl is a little sleepy, but she figured out a way to determine if I'm having dinner out at Maggie's tonight or if I'm going to do takeout and bring it home. I have two questions. Am I getting a cocktail and am I getting dessert? If I get yes to both, I'm going to eat at Maggie's. If one of them is a no, then on my way to pick up dinner, I will get whatever I want for either. So, we're gonna start with the cocktail. Heads, yes. Tails, no. No cocktail. All right, so already we know I am eating at home, but am I getting a dessert? Also no. So I am just going to then order, and since I'm getting neither, if I'm feeling really lazy, I will do DoorDash and have them deliver. Otherwise, I will pick it up. But that is the plan for tonight. No cocktail, no dessert, but I am gonna get dinner from Maggie McFly's. I didn't mean to drop that. Watching the Jurassic Park movies because they're on Netflix. And I did DoorDash Maggie's. I'm getting an egg roll. They do egg roll appetizers. That's it. That's what I got. It's a lot of egg roll. I'm excited though. It'll be a fun little movie night. I had a couple egg rolls. Rest are in the fridge. A little snack. And that's gonna be it for me today. I am not gonna work on knitting because I feel like learning a new skill right now would take up too much mental energy, and it's been a long day. So that's gonna be it for this week. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'll probably be doing it again because it was a lot of fun, and I will see you next week. Bye.